guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and in this video series I'm going to show you cars that I think I am considering to add to Glenn's car collection, and I want to get you, the subscribers' opinion. Remember, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, like and share this video so my channel can grow, and always leave a positive comment below. And in this video, I want you to leave a comment below whether you think I should add a Mclaren 570 to the channel. Now, we only can add probably, if we bought a car like this, just one car to the channel, or do we sell a couple cars and add maybe two or three $50,000 cars to the channel? So I want you to leave that comment below. Well, if you follow the channel, you know my favorite cars that I've ever driven are McLarens, the 720S and the 570S. 720S is way out of my price range. If I sold, I'd have to sell every car I own to get to that price range, but I can, by selling probably three cars, get to a McLaren 570S. This is my favorite color it comes in. It's called Fistral Blue. My local dealer had one and unfortunately sold it. This is a yellow Spider. So if you know McLarens, here's an S model, and I'll get into the differences between the models. So all McLaren 570s are powered by a 3.8 liter turbocharged V8 producing 562 horsepower, 443 foot-pounds of torque. Now, why is it called a 570 instead of a 562? Well, European horsepower is 570. Here in America, how we measure horsepower, it equates to 562. Now, these cars are only powered by a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, but I'll list on the side here my 570S review that I did last year. And I love manual transmissions, but this dual clutch is, and I wish it had a manual transmission, but it doesn't. But McLaren probably has the best dual clutch transmission in the business. It's better than BMW, Audi, even better than Porsche's PDK. Now, how McLaren works is they have 5 model year cycles. So the 570S actually came out here in the United States in calendar year 2015, but it was a 2016 model year. So the way McLaren works, they go in 5-year model cycles. The first 2 years, in this case, model years 2016 and 2017, were the coupes. Then the next 2 years, 2018, 2019, will be the Spiders. And then the 5th year are the LT models. So in this case, the 600 LT, which will be available next year, will come out in 2019, but it will be called a 2020 model. Now, there's differences here between the S and the GT. Spiders are out of my price range because they came into 2018. There's very few used Spiders, and the ones that are used are still like 200 grand because these cars were about 240 new, the Spiders. Now, the coupes are about 185 base price, and with options, you usually see them around 214 or so. I just recently drove an S and a GT back to back, and I think you can make for a case for either car. This blue one here happens to be a GT. A GT has the glass hatchback. It has steel brakes instead of ceramic, and it's standard with the Bowers & Wilkins 1300 watt sound system, which includes 12 speakers. Now, you can get that sound system as an option on the S, and a lot of them do have that. Now, 0 to 60 time are a little quicker with the S because they are about 120 pounds lighter than a comparably equipped GT, and most of that extra weight is the sunroof that's standard on the GTs and the sound system. 0 to 60 time, McLaren claims for a 570S is 3.1 seconds, while they claim 3.3 for a GT. Now, in my 570S video, if you watch it, there were some owners with S's that actually got a 2.7 or a 2.8 0 to 60 time. So those times are conservative. Obviously, you have to have ideal conditions to get a time under 3 seconds. Now, as far as used values, these cars are anywhere, 2016s are the cheapest because obviously they're their first year. McLaren gives you a standard 3-year unlimited mileage warranty. So I want to get, if I got one, I would want to get at least 1 year left of factory warranty. So 2016s are the cheapest. I would probably go for a 2017 just because I would have a longer warranty. And you can actually extend the warranties for roughly $3,800 a year, and you can go up to 12 years from when it was new. Now, of course, the certified pre-owned warranty is not as good as a factory bumper-to-bumper warranty, and since I've never owned an exotic car in my life, if I did decide to take the plunge, I'd probably want to have one with the bumper-to-bumper factory warranty go as long as possible. Now here's the Spider. I'd love to have a Spider, but that is certainly out of the price range. So driving the S, so it's really going to come down to an S or a GT. And driving the two differences on some back roads. The back roads here in the Northeast are pretty bumpy. They're full of potholes. I think you can make a good case for either car. The S is probably the sharpest, more hardcore version, but it's really like splitting hairs. There's not too much of a noticeable difference in the real world. Maybe on the track there is because of that 120-pound weight penalty. I didn't really notice the steering, which is only a 2% more laid back on the GT. I did notice the suspension, which can be 10 and 15%, depending whether you're looking at the front or the rear of the car. And I did notice the GT was a lot more comfortable to drive on back roads that were bumpy than the S was. So realistically, it would probably be better as a daily driver, and that's why they call it the everyday supercar. Here's the GT here. You also get the real cool hatchback that's leather lined, and you can fit some extra luggage. So you kind of not double your trunk space, but you certainly get more trunk space. All McLarens have a very deep front trunk. I could easily fit my hockey bag in there. I don't know if my sticks would fit, but the hockey bag certainly would. And there's a good view of the trunk on the GT. So I think, I would buy based on color options. I think if I did buy one, I'd be fine with a S or a GT. I think the GT would be more comfortable and you'd probably drive it more. Typically, you get steel brakes, though ceramics are optional, where ceramics are standard on the S. I mean, if you're just going to drive it on the street, ceramic brakes are probably overkill. But I know, of course, if you were going to track it, you want to have the ceramic brakes. Some of my favorite colors for this car are blue. Vermilion red has really grown on me. I like the Pacific blue as well. Orange, Ventura orange, McLaren orange, I think those are really cool. This was my favorite Fistral blue, but every time I find a Fistral blue car, they seem to sell. I'm not sure what color this blue is, but this is a really nice blue too. And even the yellow Spider looks really nice. I don't think McLarens come in a bad color. All right, guys, so if you think we should add one to the channel, leave that comment below. Remember to like and share these videos and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.